Hey Libra, welcome to Metamystic Tarot. It's Saint I here, and I am the Metamystic. Before we hop into anything, let's just let the light in today. If you are new to my channel, not only do I read the cards, but I provide channeled messages. I meditate on your energy and any imagery that comes to me, any dreams that I have, any visions. Because that's really what I've specialized in, if you want to call it that, for the past 15 years or so. And my work was mainly in the church. And that's how I operated in my gifts. But long story short, I kind of had to move. And I have a feeling that we might be talking a little bit about that today for you as well. And that's kind of why I'm mentioning what I'm mentioning. Because in the pre-shuffle, and I do have a channeled message to share with you. In the pre-shuffle, though, I did see the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is a moving away. And that's kind of why I'm, bringing this up a little bit here today, talking about my own experiences. Like, I'm literally doing the same exact thing that I did in prophetic ministry, quote unquote, in the charismatic Christian church for, 10 years officially. I was a minister, and I'm not saying I'm not one anymore, but all I'm gonna say is that reading cards is not allowed where I came from, even though, let's just be clear, even though I'm doing the same exact thing that I did in churches for years, but now all I'm doing is I'm reading cards instead of just doing it without cards, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, interesting way to start this off, Libra, because what we have for you today is a message of justice, which makes sense because you're a Libra. Now, this is what I saw when I was meditating on your energy, and then we'll hop on over to the cards. But I want to start off with this starry sky imagery. It's like this scene that's right behind me, Libra. I was looking up into a starry sky, but there was this one star in particular that was super bright. And this is the funny imagery that I saw. It was like I saw Libra reaching forward, and as you reached forward toward the star, you plucked it off like one of those button candies. Do you remember those old-fashioned candies? They were these little buttons that you could peel off the paper, and the paper would always get stuck on the back when you ate it. It was like that. You plucked this star out of the sky, Libra, and I saw you eat the star. You ate the star, and as the star went down into you, it was like a seed. It was such profound imagery. As the seed was growing and began to expand within you, Libra, it broke out of your physical body and it became a bulldozer. And then I saw you sitting on the bulldozer, and you were moving forward on this bulldozer, and I saw you bulldozing toward justice of a situation, and then I saw a big courthouse. So that was the end of the vision that I saw when I was meditating on your energy. And so now I want to consult the cards for you today, Libra. But very interesting imagery. Also, the whole idea of star seed could be present there, because of the idea of the star looked like a seed to me. It was like a seed going into the ground when you ate that seed. And as it expanded, it was like this imagery of you meant business. Like you were bringing forth justice in a real way in the world. And there's just nothing... I just want to say there's nothing better than that, especially regarding, situations that truly need the scales to be balanced, like more than anything in the world. there's just so much injustice in the world. And it's not a matter of like getting revenge. It's a matter of like going to the root cause, like the root problem of a situation, right, Libra? And like looking at both sides, or looking at 6 sides. Maybe there's more than just 2 sides to the story. Maybe there's 6 different perspectives on the same thing, Libra. And I know that you have the ability to be able to look like from the outside at a situation and be able to come up with a fair conclusion that is just and is a better solution for everybody involved and does bring justice in the world. And I'm just so thankful for you, Libras, because you have a way of doing that. We have the Tower at the bottom of the deck. See, that's that similar bulldozer energy that I was sensing in your channeled message. So let's consult the cards here. Oh my goodness. Just like what we started off with, the bottom of the deck, the 6 of Swords is your overall overarching energy. Because remember when I was saying, like, I'm literally doing the same thing with the same heart that I did in the church for many, many years, but now I'm just doing tarot with my same gifts that God gave me, right? But I'm just doing it in a place where I feel not only will I be accepted, but I'll be able to like reach more people without all of those filters all over me, without all of those things trying to stop me. But I did have to leave the situation. So there's without saying too much here, there's a possibility that you're going to have to leave some sort of a situation, a job, a mindset in order to do what you've been trying to do all along, right, Libra, to bring some sort of justice, but maybe you have to bring it in a different way than you expected here. And then we have the 8 of Swords, yeah. And then we have the Magician. So you're manifesting this, but we do have this sort of stuck in your head energy that I want to look at. So let's bring out some confirmation cards. Oh my gosh. It was on the bottom of the big deck, right? At the start. Correct me if I'm wrong, but was the 6 of Swords not on the big deck in the pre-shuffle, or was it the small deck? I think it was on the bottom of the big deck. Or was it? Huh? I'm confused. I think we had the Ace of Wands on the big deck. Regardless, we have a repeating message here. Maybe there is some confusion with how you're viewing situations as well, because sometimes the energy, like how I feel when I'm reading the cards, is how the person feels in the situation that they're in. So speaking of that, speaking of feeling like you kind of don't know what end is up, let's clarify this 8 of Swords here. Remember, though, the 8 of Swords, there's nobody else. There's nobody else in this picture. It's just one person. It's just one person there that is wrapped up. So it is a bit of self-imposed restriction, maybe feeling like, oh, I can't do this. Yeah, 10 of Swords, though. So this is what happens here. You start off by feeling like you're restricted here for whatever reason. You know, that happens in life. Maybe you're dealing with something very challenging for you mentally and emotionally. But we do see that you go from the 8 to the 10, which means it's over with. It's dead. It's done. You are finished with whatever this energy is. So we do see you kind of going through a mental process, coming out the other side. And I'm wondering if that's kind of what this Magician energy is here. So let's clarify. Yeah, see, we have the Ace of Wands again. The Ace of Wands was the one that was at the bottom of this deck at the start. And we have it again. It's repeating again. And we have the Ace of Cups. So let's look at the Magician here, Libra. The Magician for Libra, please. The Magician for Libra. All I know is that this is some, like, heavier sort of energy of, like, it is a greater cause kind of energy, like taking one for the team kind of energy here. And that is a big weight to bear. I mean, I think that's probably just a Libra thing. Am I right, Libra? That you're always kind of, you're trying to be the balancer. You're trying to, and I just do want to encourage you. Yeah, Knight of Wands. You are racing toward this kind of new perspective. But I do just want to take a second to encourage you and be like, Libra, you do have to also keep in mind that you matter in all of this, right? Like, you know, there's an element of needing to care for yourself as well in all of this. But let's clarify this. This Six of Swords, where's Libra going? Because I do feel like there's a transition happening, even in the imagery that was shown to me about you plucking that star out of the sky. That's very proactive. This is a proactive card where you're like, I'm leaving, I'm plucking, I'm bulldozing forward toward the courthouse to make some sort of change. And this could even be just in your personal life, like justice regarding some sort of situation, or, you know, being part of the solution in the school system, or like, it doesn't always have to be like, I'm going to the Supreme Court, you know what I mean? But it had that energy. So I'm gonna say it like how I saw it. It was big, it was profound, it was like justice on a big scale. Why is the Six of Cups in reverse here though? With the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Let me clarify on this before I say what I think I'm saying, what I think the cards are saying. Because there's this walking away twice in two different elements, in Swords and Cups. And there's a walking away from some sort of childhood, I wanted to say childhood mantra, something you told yourself since childhood. And then there's this clarity here, possibly having to do with this moving away. Maybe whatever mantra you had in your head as a child, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed. Maybe these are things that you really need to leave behind for good in order to be able to have a clear sense of justice for others, I'm hearing. Yeah, because that's where that message was coming from. Because earlier I was saying there's a need to care about yourself in all of this as well. I don't know if you're going through some sort of transition in your life. There is the Justice card here, as well as the Ace of Wands again. So there is an element of like personal justice, as well as a bigger justice that will expand and take place once you have this kind of personal justice that comes through the Four of Swords here. You know, it comes through this sense of like, I'm okay with me. I know who I am, plucking the star seed. I'm okay with me. I'm a star seed. I'm a helper. I'm a justice bringer. But if we don't have that within ourselves, and we have these childhood mantras, Six of Cups in the reverse, that are negative, and like if we're all about helping everybody else and not helping ourselves, it's like eventually that cup is gonna run out. You know, that cup, the ability to do, will run out. Yeah, we have the Three of Cups here. So this is what I'm seeing. And there's a lot of cards here now, but where you're going with the Six the Six of Swords, the place that you're heading is, it's not away from like a physical location. It's away from this, like the things from childhood that caused you to feel like you couldn't find celebration in life with the Three of Cups. So there is a need to reassess within yourself in all of this, and we're going to continue looking at this part of it, this part of the message in the extended. So if you're interested in going a little bit deeper into all of this, then we will continue it over on the extended on Patreon. You can click the link at the top of the description and go see all your extendeds over there for your sun, moon, rising as well. I do readings every single week. $11 a month over on Patreon, trying to make it accessible to all over there. But this is very interesting, and I'm excited to kind of keep diving into this a little bit more, Libra. So if you're interested, I will see you over there. You take care now. Bye.